In this video, I am going to explain exactly why some nations fail and others seem to strive. The reasons might be different than you think, so watch until the end to find out. This video is based on the amazing book called Why Nations Fail by James A. Robinson and Daron Acemoglu, so let's get right into it. Many people have strange ideas about what it takes to become a thriving nation, attributing it to culture, climate, natural resources, lack of money, or even race. The authors argue that the key factor that determines a nation's success or failure is its institutions, the rules, norms, and organizations that shape how societies operate. Overwhelmingly, successful nations have inclusive institutions that promote innovation, investment, and productivity, while failing nations have extractive institutions that concentrate power and wealth in the hands of a few, stifling economic growth and development. Inclusive institutions encourage broad participation and provide a level playing field for citizens to pursue their goals. This includes things like property rights, free and fair elections, independent courts, and a robust civil society. When these institutions are in place, people are incentivized to invest in their communities, create businesses, and take risks that lead to economic growth. Extractive institutions, on the other hand, are designed to benefit a small group of elites at the expense of the broader population. This includes things like arbitrary laws, corruption, and crony capitalism. When these institutions are in place, people are discouraged from investing in their communities, creating businesses, or taking risks because the system is rigged against them. The authors argue that nations can move from extractive to inclusive institutions, but it requires a fundamental shift in power dynamics. This can be achieved through peaceful means like protests and civil society activism, or through more violent means like revolution or war. The key is to break down the power structures that perpetuate extractive institutions and replace them with inclusive ones. Two examples of this could be Chile compared to Venezuela and Singapore compared to Malaysia. Chile has a relatively stable and democratic system with strong property rights and free market policies, which have led to significant economic growth and poverty reduction. In contrast, Venezuela has a history of authoritarianism and extractive institutions that have led to economic decline and social unrest. Singapore and Malaysia are also two neighboring countries with different institutional frameworks that have led to different economic outcomes. Singapore has a highly developed market economy with strong property rights, low corruption, and a business-friendly environment, which has led to significant economic growth and development. Malaysia, on the other hand, has struggled with corruption, weak property rights, and political instability, which have hindered economic progress and led to a brain drain of skilled workers. In conclusion, if you want to understand why some nations fail and others succeed, it's important to look beyond surface-level factors like location or culture. Instead, focus on the institutions that shape how societies operate and ask yourself whether they are inclusive or extractive. It's a complex and nuanced topic, but why nations fail is an excellent starting point for anyone who wants to dive deeper into this topic.